After an improbable last-second playoff berth on the last day of the regular season, the Steelers were dumped out of the first round via a blowout loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. But the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be entering unfamiliar territory this offseason. For the first time since 2003, Ben Roethlisberger will not be under center for the Steelers. Regardless of the uncertainty of the future of the quarterback position, I do not think the Steelers will be drafting a quarterback in this draft. I believe the Steelers will be in the market for a quarterback in free agency or through a trade possibly. The bottom line is, the Steelers have glaring needs on their current roster, particularly on the offensive line. The Steelers don't necessarily have a plethora of picks in this upcoming draft, with just 6, including 2 7-rounders. So prioritizing their biggest needs is essential. So without further ado, here is my full 7th-round 2022 Pittsburgh Steelers Mock Draft. With the Steelers' first pick at number 20 overall, I had them taking Trevor Penning, offensive tackle from Northern Iowa. Getting started right away with a big need, Trevor Penning is a big, nasty offensive tackle who has surprising athleticism for a man his size at 6'7", 321 pounds. In the run game, he is a nasty and physical player. He has a savage temperament and has finished several plays with the defender on the ground. He's extremely powerful at the point of attack and gets consistent vertical movement in the run game. Penning especially appeals to me for the Steelers because of his ability in the run game. Despite a great rookie season, Najee Harris ran for just 3.9 yards per carry due to his offensive line's inability to move defenders. In the passing game, he was easily the most dominant tackle in the Missouri Valley Conference. Dan Moore struggled at left tackle in his rookie season. Drafting Penning, who played left tackle at Northern Iowa, can allow the Steelers to slide more over to the right, where he is probably best suited. Penning can seal the blind side for the Steelers with his elite length and freakish strength. With the Steelers' next pick at number 52 overall, I had them taking Rhyan, offensive lineman from UCLA. Rhyan lined up at the tackle position in his collegiate career at UCLA, but his measurables make him a drool-worthy guard prospect. Ryan's athleticism allows him to get off the first block and push up the field to the second level in the run game, and he explodes off the ball and generates a lot of vertical movement. In the passing game, he offers incredible hand strength and technique. He is fluid with his movements and footwork. He plays with natural leverage and good flexibility. Ryan lacks ideal length for the tackle position, but will be perfectly suitable for guard. The production and stability from the guard position was a big disappointment from this past season, and with Trey Turner being a free agent, Ryan can step in and start at either guard position. With the Steelers' next pick at number 84 overall, I had them taking Tindall, linebacker from Georgia. Despite all the Steelers have invested in the inside linebacker position in recent memory, it is still a position of need. The first thing that pops out about Tindall on his tape is his blistering sideline-to-sideline speed. Tindall has excellent closing speed and ends plays at the point of attack. There is a lot to like about Tindall's game. He's a freak athlete that has great coverage skills and has flashed some natural pass rushing ability as well, totaling 5.5 sacks this past season. Tindall is relatively green in terms of experience, as he was behind in the pecking order to Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker, but made the absolute most of his playing time when he got it. Tindall is a prospect that I could see rocketing up the draft boards after the combine, but his lack of experience will probably hold him back to a mid-round prospect. And with the lack of athleticism at the linebacker position, the Steelers should jump on all over him if they're afforded the opportunity. With the Steelers' next pick at number 135 overall, I have them taking Caleb Evans, cornerback from Missouri. Evans is a feisty, physical cornerback that offers great pursuit, aggressiveness, and tackling ability in run support. Evans has a lot of appeal and upside as a cover corner. He's a good athlete that has great footwork, hip fluidity, and balance. Evans has great awareness and active eyes with good ball skills. Physically, he's an imposing player who offers a good series of punishing strikes as a tackler and ample length to disrupt route releases when he's implemented in press coverage. Evans' downside is his speed. While he does have good straight line speed, if he is beaten, it is tough for him to recover and close on the receiver. Joe Hayden is 32 years old and an impending unrestricted free agent, so his return is not guaranteed. The Steelers' secondary is thin as it is. Adding a good, athletic technician to that secondary in the middle rounds would help strengthen one of the weaker areas on the Steelers' roster. With the Steelers' next pick at number 221 overall, I had them taking Marquan McCall, defensive tackle from Kentucky. Marquan McCall is a 379-pound nose tackle that can apparently run a 4.55 40-yard dash, which is unbelievably impressive considering his size. McCall's ability to clog running lanes and eat up blocks will be his most appealing asset to NFL teams. His surprising first-step quickness and explosiveness catches opposing interior linemen off guard and collapses the pocket. Tyson Alualu is coming off of an injury-riddled season, and not to mention, he's going to be entering his age 35 season next year. McCall can be a valuable asset as a rotational nose tackle on early downs that could help eat up blocks and free up more space for guys like Cam Hayward. And with the Steelers' last pick at number 237 overall, I had them taking Leon O'Neal Jr., safety from Texas A&M. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense couldn't stop the run if their lives depended on it this past season. Leon O'Neal Jr. is primarily a box safety whose main objective in the pros should be stopping the run. He lacks great speed but has a good frame at 6'1", 210 pounds, and does fairly well in man coverage, and reads the eyes of the quarterback well. He slips off of blocks effectively and hits the point of contact hard. At this point in the 7th round, good depth pieces are essential. O'Neal Jr. would be a great run-stuffing depth safety with some natural coverage abilities that can be developed with more pro-level coaching.